Okay, so what is the reasoning and which is better for what application? This is a Sunseeker Tadpole trike, 20-inch wheels, 250 watt hub motor, and I believe I've got a 17 amp hour battery in this one, 36 volt. Is that the right choice? Well, over here we have a Viribus, which I believe is Tongsheng, same thing. There. And I've got my little ARP Angels bike club on there. This is a mid-drive. It does torque sensing. That one does cadence. And here's the difference. And this is why this was a good choice for this, would not be a good choice for that. And first, let's talk about how the hub motor works. So the hub motor uses a cadence sensor, which is on the crank, and it's this wheel right up front here. And it's got I think 6 magnets and a little sensor there. So when you pedal, it's basically an on-off switch. It turns the motor on, and the motor just goes. It doesn't, my headlight was crooked. It doesn't vary the speed or anything. It's either on or it's off, that's it. So if you set, this one it has 3 power settings. You set it on the number 1 setting, and it's basically going to go 6 to 8 miles an hour. You put it on the number 2 setting, and you're going to do 11, 12 miles an hour. And if you put it on number 3, you're going to do about 15, 16. And you can go faster, but you can't pedal faster. I actually put upgraded chain ring on the front. I went from 52 to 58. That's the largest chain ring I can put on the front. And I run the back at its highest level, which would be, I think, a 9 tooth. Not too sure on that, but it's the smallest sprocket on the cassette back there. As fast as I can pedal is 15 miles an hour. So for this bike, that's actually pretty good, because if you were to put this motor on there, which is a 44 tooth sprocket, it would work really good and everything. You'd have plenty of torque. Everything would work fine. But at your fastest pedaling speed, you do about 10 miles an hour. That would be your limit unless you just do throttle. And I prefer to pedal, but I also prefer not to grunt. So moderate pedaling effort, and I'll ride 30 miles. If I have to grunt, I'll ride 5 miles. That's the difference. And I think most people that are not what I would call fitness jocks would probably agree that if it's less effort, you're going to ride more, which to me seems it's going to be better. I mean, you're still going to get the movement, you're still going to get the flexibility increase in your joints, and you're going to enjoy the ride much better. So for that application, I would say the hub motor is the key. It is the better choice. I don't think a mid-drive would be logical, unless you're going to just plan to never drive above 10 miles an hour. Then I guess it'd be okay. This bike here is a single speed, and I think it's got I'm just guessing 38 tooth front sprocket, and probably about 12 on the back. So the increase in the size of the front sprocket there is going to probably relate in a normal pedaling cadence of 10 to 12 miles an hour, which is, basically a trail speed. And it's my wife's, and I know she's not really into speed. She would just like to be able to ride a bike at a reasonable cadence. And I think it's a perfect choice for this application because the torque sensing is very transparent. So like on my bike here, this one will go 18 miles an hour. And I have, because of the large wheels, that's the other kicker. That has 20-inch wheels. These are 27.5. So the speed advantage is there. I can actually, under just the brisk pedaling, do 18 miles an hour. And, full throttle, I think this thing will do close to 30. But I got a video coming up on that too, of the don't do this video. But anyway, because it's torque sensing, it uses the cadence just to activate the electronics. But then the motor doesn't do anything unless you put pressure on the pedals. And the more pressure you put on the pedals, the more the motor exerts pressure. So unlike the hub motor, this is 5-speed. Let me get in here. So I can kick it up to 5-speed. And you notice at 4 it turns everything red, which means it's going to use more energy. Or you can kick it down to 3 or 2 or whatever you want. What that does on this one, it doesn't really change the speed. It doesn't change anything except the amount of boost that you're going to get when you activate the motor. So if you have it on 1, for instance, you're going to use a lot of leg muscle. And as you increase the number, the leg muscle usage is going to go down. You put it on 5 and you push a little bit on the pedals, and you're going to feel it accelerate. And it's going to accelerate as long as you're putting pressure on the pedal. So it's very transparent. It's almost like you're always riding down a slight downgrade. The bike is moving along pretty good. And the more you push on the pedals, the faster you're going to go. So you can actually put it in the highest setting and ride 6 miles an hour. Or you can ride 16 miles an hour. It just depends on how much speed you want to induce into the crank and how much pressure you want to put on it. And even, it's very mild pressure. I mean, you're going to push, but it's not going to be near as much as if you turn the motor off and we're pedaling manually, even in the highest, the biggest sprocket in the back there. So this is really a good choice for this. And they're extremely quiet. I can't hear that motor. The tires make more noise than the motor ever did. On the hub motors, you hear them whine, which is fine. It gives you a good indication of when you can engage the pedaling. Because what I normally do is I don't downshift. I use the throttle to get the bike moving to like 5 miles an hour, which comes really quick. And then I pedal. And then that activates the motor from there. So it's a little different the way you drive it, but for that, like I say, for that application, perfect. For here, same thing. For bicycles in general, if you're just street riding and trail riding, hub motor's fine. Hub motors, 99% of the bikes you buy are going to be hub motors. I really have never seen too many mid-drive units come stock. They seem to be more of an add-on. And mountain bikes in places where you're going to exert a lot of, you need torque and you need hill climbing ability and that kind of thing. That's where you want the mid-drives. Generally speaking, the hub motor is the way to go. You can put them on the front wheels on these, but then you're going to get tire spin and that kind of thing. But again, if you're just tooling around town, that's fine. And mentioning that too is, I don't know how many foot-pounds of torque this motor puts out, 250 watt, probably something like 60 Newton meters, which would be roughly, I don't know, between 35 and 40 foot-pounds. But that's constant. So no matter what gear you have the derailleur in, the force on the back wheel is always the same. So as you go up a hill, and you're going to have to downshift in order to, maintain the ability to climb. Where with this, the torque gets multiplied because the torque is at the front here. So as you put the back wheel into the larger sprockets, the torque, your speed goes down, but your torque goes up. So this is much better suited for climbing hills and off-road and that kind of thing. If you really need the torque. Torque moves things and horsepower wins races. So I guess that would be the horsepower. This would be the moving things. So, you know, that's my recommendation is look at the way you ride and what you're doing, and then figure from there what's best for you. Financially, I would say it's the same price. Now, the kits that I put on these, without the battery, ran me $299. I just bought that motor and another one for $249. So they're actually cheaper. Bafang is a name brand. They're more popular. I don't know if they're any better or not. I got a feeling they're just about the same. They're probably made, they might even be made by the same company. I don't know. Viribus is a California company which distributes Chinese-made machines, bikes and hub motors, and also mid-drives. Tongsheng, obviously a Chinese company, probably the same thing. If they're distributed by the United States, I think they're distributed, was a place in Kansas. You know, it's like everything else. I mean, I was in the custom trike building business, motorcycle trikes, and basically everything I bought was from an American company via China. So for you people that are anti-China, well, good luck. You're not going to get anything American made, especially in this category. So don't worry about that. But the Bafangs are more expensive. I don't know if they're better or not. I just know they're more expensive. And I can't see any fault in the Viribus and any of the other units I've used here. So, you know, whatever works for you. But anyway, that's my opinion on which you should use and what works for you. And I think what you really need to do is assess what are you actually going to do and what are your expectations, and take it from there.